Jeremy Vuolo committed a serious crime, and divorce. Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. For Duggar family latest news update, please subscribe the channel and press the bell icon. Jingar Duggar had never imagined that one day her life would change in a way that would shake not only her world, but the entire Duggar family. For years, she stood next to her husband Jeremy Vuolo, publicly smiling, privately struggling. Their image was picture perfect, fashionable, modern, bold in their decisions, different from the traditional Duggar lifestyle. But behind the cameras, behind the social media filters and polished interviews, something darker was growing. A storm none of them saw coming. The quiet struggle for months. Jingar had felt something was off. Jeremy had been distant, spending more time outside the house, avoiding family gatherings, returning home late with no clear explanation. When she asked, he would brush it off. "I'm working on something big, Jingar. Trust me, you'll understand soon." But instead of reassurance, those words filled her with dread. Jingar tried to convince herself everything was fine. She focused on raising their children, maintaining their public image, filming for their media projects. But the feeling of anxiety wouldn't leave. Jeremy had changed, and the man she once admired now felt like a stranger. A suspicious night one late evening, around 2:30 a.m., Jingar woke up and noticed Jeremy wasn't in bed. The house felt eerily silent. She walked toward his office room when she heard whispers. "Jeremy talking urgently on the phone that we need to move it quickly before anyone notices. I can't have this coming back to me, you know how big this could get." Her heartbeat raced. She leaned closer to the door. "And oh, no one knows, not even my wife. Listen, if this falls apart, I'm ruined." Jingar stepped back in shock. What could he be hiding? Who was he talking to? She didn't confront him that night, but that conversation replayed constantly in her mind. The crime exposed 2 weeks later. Everything crashed. Jeremy was arrested. Yes, arrested, taken into police custody in front of their home. Jingar watched in disbelief as officers surrounded their house. The neighbors gathered. Cameras flashed. Jeremy remained silent as he was handcuffed. The official statement soon came out. Former pastor Jeremy Vuolo has been arrested in connection with a financial crime investigation involving large-scale charity fund misappropriation and evidence tampering. The accusation shocked everyone. According to investigators, Jeremy had been involved in secretly redirecting funds from a charity project he managed into a private investment company under a false name. Over $2.4 million was missing. Worse, authorities claimed he tampered with financial reports to cover up the fraud. Jingar's breakdown inside the house surrounded by reporters. Jingar broke down in tears. "Tell me this isn't true, Jeremy. Please." Jeremy refused to explain. He sat silently, as if accepting his fate. 2 hours later, he was taken to county jail. The Duggar family rushed to support Jingar. Michelle Duggar hugged her tightly, while Jim Bob tried to control the media frenzy. "We'll get through this. We'll stand by you. But only if you stand for what's right," Jim Bob stated seriously. Privately, he was deeply disappointed. The divorce decision days passed. The media went wild. Duggar's son-in-law behind bars. Jingar considering divorce after massive fraud case. Jeremy Vuolo's secret double life. Jingar remained silent publicly. But one night, sitting alone in her bedroom, she looked at her wedding photo and whispered, "The man in this picture, he doesn't exist anymore." She contacted her lawyer. The divorce paperwork began. The court hearing. At the preliminary hearing, Jeremy appeared pale, tired, defeated. Jingar was present but avoided eye contact. Jeremy spoke only once. "I didn't want to hurt anyone. I just thought I could build something powerful. I made bad choices." The judge denied bail due to the severity of the evidence. Jeremy was taken away. Jingar quietly left the courtroom, tears streaming down her face. Family reactions. Jessa Duggar: "My heart breaks for Jingar. No sister should have to go through this." Jill Duggar: "I always felt Jeremy was too controlling over her life decisions." Joanna: "This is the hardest thing our family has faced since Josh's scandal." Amy Duggar King, always outspoken, tweeted, "If you betray a Duggar woman, be ready for consequences. Jingar is stronger than you think." The confession letter. 1 week later, Jingar received a handwritten letter from Jeremy in prison. "I denied the truth for too long. Yes, I did it. I thought it would help us become financially independent from your family's control. I wanted freedom, success, status. I crossed the line. I deserve punishment. He added, "Don't wait for me. Start over." That final line shut the last remaining door to reconciliation. Jingar's public statement. After nearly a month, Jingar finally released a statement. "I am heartbroken by recent events. I believed in my marriage, but I also believe in truth and accountability. I have decided to end my relationship with Jeremy. My focus now is my children and healing. I ask for privacy and prayers." The internet exploded with reactions. Some supported her. Some criticized. Others questioned how much she knew. Jeremy's sentencing. After a 5-month-long investigation and trial, Jeremy was sentenced to 8 years in federal prison for. As the sentence was announced, Jeremy stared forward, tears in his eyes. Jingar didn't attend. Instead, she posted an image of herself holding her daughter near a window with a caption, "A new sunrise. A new life." Life after divorce, Jingar moved to a quiet home in Texas with her children. She started a self-help podcast focusing on healing from emotional trauma, attracting millions of listeners nationwide. She became an advocate for financial transparency and emotional abuse awareness. Michelle Duggar visited often, while Jim Bob remained quietly supportive. Jeremy's prison interview 2 years later. Jeremy gave an interview from prison. "I lost everything because I wanted control. I tried to be the man who could protect my family financially, but instead I destroyed it. I don't blame Jingar for leaving. I blame myself." He also revealed, "If I could go back, I would choose honesty over ambition." Final twist. Months later, Jingar received a legal notice. Jeremy had transferred full custody to her and refused the right to appeal. He wrote, "You and the kids deserve peace. My chapter in your life is over." Jingar chose not to respond. The Duggar family, healing. The Duggar family stood by Jingar as she rebuilt her life. Despite past controversies, this incident brought them closer. She wrote in her book, "Sometimes the person you trust the most breaks you the deepest. But that pain can become power if you rise from it." Jessa Duggar gave birth to her 9th daughter today. Ben Seawald is so sad. Duggar family. Fictional story for YouTube video script use. English paragraph style. No intro. Jessa Duggar had always been the pillar of calm strength in the Duggar family. Even through 8 pregnancies, the ups and downs of raising a large family, battles with public criticism, and personal faith challenges, she never allowed her emotions to visibly break. But today, something was different. The sky over Arkansas was covered with gentle morning haze as Jessa quietly sat by the window of her hospital room, one hand resting over her now much flatter stomach, the other gently tracing the rounded edge of the baby bassinet beside her. Inside the bassinet, tightly swaddled in a soft pink blanket, her 9th daughter lay peacefully sleeping. Her little chest moved softly with each tiny breath. Jessa stared at the baby's face, the same fair complexion, a small nose like Spurgeon, and eyes that reminded her instantly of Ben's. The sound of silence was broken as her husband, Ben Seawald, stood quietly by the door, his expression strangely unreadable. Not sadness exactly, something deeper. Confusion. Heartache. Weight of responsibility. Something that seemed to be pulling him into a reflection of their past and uncertainty about their future. The delivery had been smooth, surprisingly less complicated than their previous experiences. Everyone expected them to burst with joy. Everyone believed this 9th child would be another blessing celebrated with smiles and laughter. But what the public didn't know was that Ben had been struggling silently for months. Financial stress, emotional strain, the fear of raising 9 children under the public eye, the pressure of being a perfect husband and father according to conservative expectations, and a secret he had been hiding from Jessa, one that was slowly consuming him. Jessa gently whispered without taking her eyes off the baby. "Ben, you haven't smiled since she was born. What is it?" He closed his eyes, inhaled deep, trying to avoid the tears burning behind his eyes. "She's perfect, but I don't know if I'm enough anymore, Jess." Jessa turned to him, her heartbeat rising. She had once told the world that motherhood taught her patience. But at this moment, she felt something sharp inside her, a sudden fear. Flashback. 2 months earlier, Ben and Jessa were sitting late evening on the porch. The children were asleep. Fireflies danced across the yard, and the silence between them grew longer each day. Ben had quietly said, "What if this is the last time we can be financially stable? What if having more kids is putting strain on the ones we already have?" Jessa had frowned at "We've always believed God provides." Why this doubt now? Ben didn't answer. But his silence explained what words couldn't. That night, he stayed awake until dawn, present day. Hospital room. Ben finally walked near the bed where Jessa rested. "She's beautiful, just like her mama," he said softly, forcing a smile. Jessa noticed his trembling hands. She reached out and touched his arm. "Ben, please talk to me." He took a shaky breath. "I don't know if I can be strong anymore, Jess. I love our kids. I love you." But this time his voice broke. "This time, I'm terrified. What if I fail you?" All silence filled the room. Jessa's eyes softened. She knew Ben wasn't being ungrateful. He was being human. She gently lifted the baby girl in her arms and nodded for Ben to take her. He hesitated but finally held the newborn close to his chest. A soft whimper escaped the baby, as if she sensed her father's pain. Slowly, Ben's tears slipped down his cheeks. "She deserves the best version of me," he whispered. "And she will have it," Jessa replied. "But you need to stop trying to be perfect. Just be present." Outside the room, Duggar family reaction. Meanwhile, the news had already spread across the Duggar circle. Michelle Duggar and Jim Bob were ecstatic, eagerly preparing to visit. Jill and Jingar exchanged private messages. "Jingar, another girl. 9 kids. Do you think she's tired?" "Jill, she's strong. But I'm more worried about Ben. I spoke to him last week. Something felt off," Joanna told her husband Austin. "Sometimes I feel like we grew up thinking big families are easy because we never saw our parents struggle emotionally." John David, usually quiet, reflected quietly, "I hope Ben talks to someone. Fatherhood isn't just biblical strength. It's also emotional honesty." Social media reaction as soon as the family confirmed the birth on Instagram. "Welcome baby girl Seawald number 9. Mommy and baby are doing great. Birth was smooth and blessed." The comment section exploded. "Another one? How do they manage? She's amazing, but is Ben okay? Congratulations. But 9 kids? That's a lot. Hope mental health is considered too. Blessings." Among thousands of congratulations, a few worrying comments caught Ben's attention. He stared at them, feeling exposed. Later that evening, private moment. The hospital room quieted down. Family members had left. Only the soft glow of the night lamp remained. Ben sat beside Jessa, baby sleeping in the bassinet. "Jessa," he finally said, more calm now, "I'm not sad because I didn't want her. I'm sad because I fear I'm not worthy of being her father anymore." Jessa held his hand tight. "Ben, being a good father doesn't mean you never break. It means when you do. You let me help you put the pieces back." He looked into her eyes, the same eyes that supported him from the first day of marriage. "I need help," he finally admitted. Jessa smiled gently. "Then that's where healing begins." Ben's secret. He sighed deeply and confessed, "Before the pregnancy, I reached out for a part-time ministry job to help with finances. They said they needed someone without large family limitations. I didn't tell you because I didn't want you to think I regret our life." Jessa's heart sank. "Ben, why didn't you tell me?" "I felt ashamed. Like I failed us," he whispered. Jessa leaned forward, tears now in her eyes. "You never failed me. You never failed them. The only failure would be hiding your pain." An emotional rebirth. He looked over at their daughter sleeping peacefully. "What should we name her?" he asked quietly. Jessa smiled softly. "Hope." Ben closed his eyes. A tear rolled down his cheek. "Hope Seawald. Because she's not just our 9th daughter. She's the reminder that no matter how many times life challenges us, hope survives." He leaned down and kissed her tiny forehead. Next morning, a new beginning. The sun rose slowly, casting golden hues into the hospital room. Ben gently rocked baby Hope in his arms. For the first time since her birth, he truly smiled. "Jess, I'm not sad anymore. I'm overwhelmed. But I know where to start," Jessa whispered where he met her eyes, "with gratitude and with asking for help when I need it." Family visit. Michelle entered the room with a bright smile. "Oh, she's beautiful. The Lord has blessed you again." Ben nodded, but this time, his voice sounded confident. "Yes. And now I'm learning that blessing also means responsibility, not just faith. Jim Bob looked at him curiously. Everything all right? Sun Ben nodded. It will be. I'm learning that strength also comes from acknowledging weakness.